Oh, this is very exciting for me. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my show. It's a special night. It's my last night here. Can I just say thank you to every single person up there at the very top tier of the auditorium. Thank you. Hello, and thank you for coming. Because these seats are truly difficult. I mean, you've been sitting here looking up, haven't you, going, I can't believe those people are actually sitting up there. Those stairwells, I was watching people arrive, they're more like ladders. You see people sort of climbing up them with the tickets in their mouth. Darling, don't look down, don't follow me, don't look down. Can you read the seat number? Z 9002. What's that dripping? It's my nose, please. Just don't complain. Right, here we are. Excuse me. Sorry. Coming through. I think we should have bought the DVD rather than watched it. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. If it's any consolation to any of you, I don't know if you saw the people walking on the top of the O2 as you came in. These are shitter seats than you've got. They're walking on the top of the O2 going, I think he might be talking about us. I think I just heard something. In that glass. Yes, I think he is. I'm getting some atmosphere now. So look, do you think I've lost weight? Is that something? Come on! I'm so hungry! The truth is, I lost quite a lot of weight, and I'm putting it back on. I wanted to look good on my DVD. I can't actually see what I look like. I keep trying to, but that's actually the most frustrating thing for me. I can sort of see from this side. Oh yes, I do. I look okay. I've lost a bit of weight. I've got to that stage where it's going back on and I'm in denial. I'm lying to myself about it. I still weigh myself every day on the scales, but I do it first thing in the morning. I take all my clothes off, take my watch off, breathe out. I stand on it, but I don't stay on the scales for it to tell me the full reading. I don't know why I do this to myself. I'm lying to myself. I literally just sort of go, that seems fine. What's for breakfast? I've got these old-fashioned scales. I've actually twiddled the thing below the zero. I'm exactly the same. It all started last year. I had, sometimes people, when they lose weight, they have a moment in their life and they think, that's it. I'm going to go on a diet now. I'm determined to lose weight. And I had a thing happen to me. I was on my son's iPad. I say it's my son's iPad. He's only 10. It's obviously my iPad. But he has it a lot. If you're a parent and you're raising your children without the use of iPads, I applaud you. I don't know how you're doing that. iPads are magical. They are magical. They shut your children up at any time, day or night. My eldest, he wakes up at about 5:30 every morning. He just runs in, morning! I'm like, not for me. And I just frisbee an iPad. Fuck off. 88% battery, that's you for 2 hours. Go on, lower the brightness. They're so lucky, our children. They've got iPads and iPods and iPhones. In our day, we had I Spy. How shit was our life compared to the lives our children get to enjoy today? I Spy with minus life, something beginning with C. Is it cloud? No. Is it car? Yes. Your turn. What? I actually played Thumb War with my 10-year-old the other day to show him some of the games that we had to endure. I said to him, do you want to play Thumb War? He's like, shall I download it? No, you can't download Thumb War. This is a battle between my thumb and your thumb. You know, you interlock hands, you declare it, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't go straight into battle. I declare Thumb War. Then you sort of jockey for position. Then you hold the other person's thumb down and then you're the winner. And I did it with my 10-year-old. He's got his little 10-year-old thumb. I've got my huge daddy thumb. I thought I'd go easy on him. But of course I didn't realise that he's been texting since he was born. He was some kind of thumb war ninja. How can I see his thumb moving? It's like a mini matrix. Just beating me over and over again. Ah, stop doing that. Get back on the iPad. But sometimes you need to use iPads. You see, it's a pacifier. You know what it's like. Parents know what it's like. Sometimes you need to calm your children down. You need a break. You need a break from your children. The best way, of course, to pacify your children, as we all know, is drugs. Actual drugs are the most effective. Calpol is the drug of choice for children. You give them Calpol when they have colds and runny noses and stuff. But there are side effects. You notice that it sort of calms them down, makes them more lucid. They sleep through the night. They become better people. You prefer them. So you find yourself almost hoping that they get slight little colds and things. Someone just needs to sneeze near my children. Achoo! I think we should give both children Calpol just in case. I remember the first time I gave my eldest Calpol. He was a little baby. We were so worried about it. My wife and I, we kept rereading the instructions, 1.5 mils. You know, apologising to his little runny nose. So his mum and daddy, we love you so much. We're so sorry to have to put this foreign substance into your body, but we wouldn't do it if we didn't love you. And then in a few months, we're just hosing him in the face. Go to sleep! It's even more fun now because you don't have to put it on spoons. Oh, it's so satisfying. They come with these little plastic syringes. And you just suck it up and squirt it in their little face like you're filling them up with petrol. Sometimes they don't even know I've done it. They're just watching telly with their mouths slightly hanging over. Just come in with a couple of loaded syringes. Right, that's the kids done. Come on, darling, let's go upstairs for some us time. Frisbee a couple of iPads in case they cotton on to the situation. My wife's actually got a belt with ready-made Calpol syringes holstered. She does other people's children after school. Well, thank you for that, guys. Call me in 4 to 6 hours if you need. And it's a wonderful moment in every parent's life when you find out the news that you can give your children Calpol and Nurofen at the same fucking time. You can double barrel this. See you next Thursday. Your mother and I are off to France on a mini break. It's not quite that bad. It's sort of become addicted. If I'm honest, maybe not to Calpol, but certainly to the iPads. We all are, aren't we? We all are. We're all addicted to iPads and technology on phones. I mean, let's be honest. I say good morning to my phone before I say good morning to my wife. I literally roll over and check my messages. I have it everywhere. I have it in the bath with me. I was thinking the other day, I haven't had a bath without taking my phone for years. I just need to be constantly entertained on Google and internet and looking at old photos and stuff. But sometimes it rings in the bath and you don't know what to do. You don't know what to pick it up. Did you pick it up? Because there's something about being in the bathroom. There's some kind of echo that goes on. That even though you don't tell them people are in the bath because it's very embarrassing for them, they always seem to know there's something goes on. They always go, are you in the bath? And I deny, no, I'm not in the bath. But I am in the bath. And the other day I was chatting away on loudspeaker. And my friend said to me, are you in the bath? And I said, how do people always know I'm in the bath when I'm on the phone in the bath? And he said, because you FaceTime me? Shit! I'll call you back! I was literally sort of dangling it around my belly button. I was all... FaceTime is when you phone someone's face. You phone their face with your face. That's very important. You basically, you don't phone them like that. You need to see their face. And it's quite exciting when it's connecting. You sort of phone them and then it starts connecting and it goes around, oh, and then you start to prepare yourself. FaceTime is nearly upon us. And then when it connects, you can't believe it. It's like you've connected with another planet. Hello! Where are you? That's the key question, where are you? And once you've established where you both are, you realise there's a little box in the corner which shows you what they can see, which is your own face. Well, this is far too distracting. You don't look at their face at all now. You now just have FaceTime with your own face. You spend the whole time trying to make yourself look as attractive as possible during the conversation. You flick your eyes over, they're doing exactly the same. They're looking at their own face. There's no point to FaceTime at all. You might as well just phone them on a landline and hold up a hand mirror the whole time and look at your own face. I FaceTimed someone the other day, and they went, let me just get my glasses so I can see you. because they had reading glasses. They're long-sighted. Some people, there'll be lots of people in here who are long-sighted, which means they can see fine in the distance, but they can't see in front of their own face. I'm short-sighted. I have contact lenses. I'd prefer to be my one than your one. It makes more sense to me to struggle to see in the distance. I don't know how long-sighted people live their lives. Do people come right up to their face and say, I don't know you, get out of my face, seriously. Don't recognize me at all. Go on, piss off, I do not know you. Go on, keep walking. Sorry, I do know you. Come back. Just that I'm long-sighted. How do they even choose glasses? Do they just stand in the opticians? I don't even know if that's my face, let alone if I'm wearing glasses. You just a mirror outside across the road and I can see if he's actually sitting there. So I went on this, I went to my son's iPad, my iPad, on this app. It's called the Akinator. This was the encouragement for me to start losing weight. It's basically like, it's quite a boring game. It's like 20 questions. You think of a famous person, then it asks you a series of questions, and you just answer yes or no, and it narrows it down, and it suggests the famous person you're thinking of. That's it. And while my son was at school, purely for egotistical reasons, I thought I would see if I was featured as a famous person in the game. So it goes, think of a famous person. I'm like, okay, I got him. I've been thinking about him a lot recently. And it starts asking questions. Is he a man? I go, yes, obviously. Is he American? No. Is he a singer? No. And it narrowed it down to a British comedian with dark hair. I was getting a bit excited. I thought, I wonder if I'm featured. It's nearly time. And then it goes on the actual app. It said, is he slightly overweight? Yes or no? So this horrible moment of brutal honesty. Took a deep breath, clicked yes, and it went, is it Michael McIntyre? And showed me a picture of my face. It felt so official. So I haven't really eaten since then. That was the encouragement for me. And I've been exercising as well. I mean, I've been exercising less recently, but my wife was much more keen for me to get fit than not fat. You know, she doesn't mind what I look like as long as I stopped hurting myself, because I kept hurting myself. Normally people injure themselves and they have a story. So how did you do that? I've hurt my arm, what happened? And they will tell you something landed on it or I fell on it. I just kept hurting myself and I had no idea what happened. Just by being alive, I would just stop hurting myself. I mean, an example of this, a good example, is last year, I actually pulled a muscle in my back, reaching for food on the lower shelf of the fridge. This is a sign, isn't it? I felt it going, and rather than calling for help, I ate all the food that I could reach. There was a yop that was slightly out of my reach. That's what I called for help! I needed a yop, and I may have broken my back. These are bad signs. And I did this terrible thing to my arm as well. No idea how it happened. Right in here, total agony. I couldn't even open my arm. It was, excruciating. I had to open it in the morning and just spend the day with it open like this. And I didn't even know how I did it. Finally, I went to the doctor. He examined me and he said, I know exactly what this is. You've got golfer's elbow. How often do you play? I'm like, I don't play golf. He said, well, you must. You've got golfer's elbow. So I've never played golf. This is very peculiar. I've never seen anybody with this who doesn't play golf. It's a very specific injury to golfers. You must have recreated golf somehow in your domestic life. You must have been shouting at the children, whose shoe is this? This shoe should be by the door. We're late. Get your bag and get in the car. I cricked my neck last year watching a football match. I wasn't even playing in the match. I was at the football, I wanted them to head it. I was like, go on, get in, and cricked my neck, got it stuck in this position. I could only watch one half of the match. That's embarrassing to go to the doctor. Who do you play for? I don't play, I was watching other people and I've hurt myself terribly. It was like that for days, because we've all cricked our necks, haven't we? We've all done that. But normally it comes from sleeping funny. Because we sleep funny. You wake up and you're in pain and you discuss it with your partner. I must have slept funny. Did you see me? Was it hilarious? Because I'm in a lot of pain from my funny sleep. I must have slept really funny. I felt my neck. Did you sleep funny? You must have slept hilariously funny. In every position we can get our bodies into, we would have slept in at one time or another. And I don't know why. Because we always start the night as we hope to go on. You don't start like that. You don't go, good night, and then suddenly, You start in the perfect position. You get your head on the pillow, duvet comes in. Night, darling, love you. I'm in my perfect position. She's in her perfect position. Yes, love you too. Sometimes there's some cuddling. Sometimes I cuddle her in her perfect position. I love you, but I'm not in my perfect position. My arm is trapped. I can't sleep like that. I'm just reassuring her of love, because soon I have to roll away. I love you, but now it is time for me to roll away to my perfect position. Although, to be honest, she normally initiates the roll away. That's enough now. It's time for you to roll away. Go on. I'm tired. You're interrupting my perfect position when you roll away. That can be quite an ambiguous move. Sometimes I even find in a situation that I didn't know was scheduled. No, darling, quite the opposite. Roll away now. Roll away. In fact, as you get quite old, you actually roll away and then you go down the corridor to your new room. That is a depressing moment in the relationship. I love you, but not enough to sleep in the same room. I'm going to take the one where the children have now vacated. My wife goes to sleep before me because she's tired. I think that's the thing. I think that's why people go to sleep. She's exhausted. She works very hard. I don't. I do this. It's a riot. I'm up all night just watching telly, sitting there, and lying there watching the telly with the controls, and I see her sleeping. I'm an observer of the sleeping person, and I see how the perfect position almost immediately starts to mess up. The leg comes out, and she starts edging over to my side. Breathing, the mouth sort of falls off, pushing me off. Even though I've seen her brushing her teeth 10, 15 minutes before, the breath is already slightly on the turn. The rich pillows in front of her. Sometimes she does that weird jolting thing. So she just nods off, and then she'll suddenly wake herself up. You're right, darling. Oh my God. Oh my God. I thought I was falling. You're not falling, darling. If anything, you're too much on my side. You're pushing me closer to falling. Well, keep moving over here. I'm going to be falling, darling. Go on. Get back. I love you, darling. And then she'll go back to sleep in the perfect position. And then the leg comes back out. The mumbling. She mumbles to herself. How am I supposed to be? Because it's not beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, my wife, but it's supposed to be romantic. In movies, we all see people looking at each other sleeping. It's always quite a romantic moment, isn't it? When they're falling in love. I watch you when you're sleeping. She'll be lying there. Look at my beautiful face in the moonlight. And he's like, I'm falling in love with you. You're so beautiful as you sleep in the perfect position with your beautiful face. Maybe she turns a bit. I'm even more beautiful over here. Look, maybe I just do this a little bit, but I'm still incredibly gorgeous. The reality is not romantic. It's more of a horror movie, if I'm honest. Sometimes I look over and my wife's eyes just pop open in my face. I'll look over and she's doing all this. And then suddenly she's like, what? Are you awake? I don't. She mumbles in a language that I don't even understand. Sometimes she argues with herself in tongues. I don't know. How do I even know that? I don't. The only time she smiles sweetly, and I regret saying this, is when the night farts start to kick in. Now look, I think it's important that we establish that my wife is a beautiful woman and she's very prim and proper, and she hasn't actually farted in the daytime in the 15 years we've been together. And it's a record we're both very proud of. But I'm here to tell you, unfortunately, that her night record is not nearly as strong. It's biology. They have to come out at some stage. And she sort of reacts to them as well. So, oh. The other night, I don't know what she'd eaten, but it was like a fireworks display. It sort of built to a finale. She was literally like, oh. Then one big one at the end. She woke herself up. Oh my God, Michael. There was a bang. What was that bang? That was a really big bang. Why is the TV on so loud? Why is this pillow in my face? What's been going on? Why is the window open? Talk to me. What time is it? What's the lamp doing on the floor? There was a bang. I love telling this because I literally look into the audience and I see men pissing themselves laughing. And just the occasional woman sitting there going, I'm not exactly sure what you're laughing at. So this happens last year when we've had one of these big sleeps and my wife's been sleeping funny all night and she wakes up and she cricks her neck, right? She's cricked her neck. She's like, Michael, I must have slept funny. Are you there? I've slept really funny. I've got a cricked neck. Are you there? Michael, wake up. And I'm asleep doing all my own, you know. And the shock of her hitting me and my general lack of fitness at the time meant that I woke up and I cricked my own neck. I'm now stuck in this position. I'm like, oh shit, ow. I think I've cricked my neck. I must have slept funny. Are you there, darling? Are you there? Come round. So don't take the piss. Come round. I'm not taking the piss. Come round. But I've cricked my neck. But I've cricked my neck. So we had this sort of really weird, sort of half-awake argument, which actually turned quite nasty at one point. She's like, say that to my face. I wish I could. I've got no way of doing that right now. So, of course, I was the one to cave in. I got out of the bed slowly, made my way around. Took me a while to locate her. Hello? Hello, darling. Are you okay? Michael, if you're taking the piss out of me, I will divorce you. Do you understand? So I had this really weird day where I was literally stuck in this position. She was stuck in that position. We should never have driven the children to school. I think this just shows how desperate you are to get your kids to school. We should have walked or got a taxi, but literally, the kids were in the back, obviously. I went sort of side saddle in the passenger seat. My wife was even worse. She was just looking at the house. Well, everything's fine at home. Shall we head off slowly? And I directed it. It was going fine until we got to the roundabout where we literally just risked it. We just sailed in. Until I saw the turning. Left now! Fucking left now! Crossing the road was fun because I had to go this until I reached halfway and then turned. With her doing exactly the opposite. It was like it was choreographed. The other parents are like, well, they've got a lot of time on their hands. Synchronised dropping off the kids to school. How creepy. When we were picking up the kids, I was like this. My wife's like that. People are walking past going, wow, they've had a row. Fucking hell. But my best news, physically, which I'd like to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, is that I can walk properly now, okay? I walk heel to toe, which is the recommended way to walk. I'm hamming it up slightly. You seem very impressed. That's how you're supposed to walk. That's how you walk, heel to toe. It's not something that comes naturally to me. I actually walk on my toes naturally, but I now have something called corrective shoes. Very sexy. And they force me to be a normal person like you. I'll show you. They're called orthotics. And they're in my shoes, and they're shaped to push my feet to behave normal, heel to toe. Because without them, well, I revert. I'll show you. I've got these little flat feet, and I walk as if I'm falling. That's my natural walk. Completely on my toes, like I've been pushed at the beginning of the day. See you later. Oh, am I off? Okay, thank you, buddy. I'll be home at about 5:30 if I can find a route back to you. Okay. You would have seen on my other DVDs. I can't stop myself. I'm literally just parading. And I run on my toes as well. I run up. This is my natural run. This is how I feel most comfortable. Please don't laugh, because people have laughed my whole life. I run up, because you're supposed to run on your heels and toes, but I mean, my feet won't do it. I've tried my whole life to be like you, but it just doesn't, I can't get it going. It just feels so unnatural to run like that. How do you get any speed anyway? I don't get it. I mean, why don't you just fucking run? Oh. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why don't you just run in your toes and walk in your toes? Be the man you were born to be. You don't have to conform to the masses. Well, the thing is, I do. Because when you're on your toes all the time, I had terrible pain in my calf muscles. And also, they've ballooned to quite an unhealthy sort of monster level. I'm going to show you what I've done, but seriously, this will frighten some of you. You'll be pleased in your seats when I show you the monster that I have become. I literally have the biggest calves you've ever seen. I mean, to put it in perspective, they're the size of a shoe. Look at this. Yes, don't zoom in. That's just taking the piss, isn't it? But you can see what I've done. Look. That's what's happened. When you're on your toes, they're... It's like someone's trying to get out. Because I've actually got quite little thighs. Don't worry, I'm not going to take my trousers off. I'm just I don't really use my thighs. I was on holiday in the summer and I was in my shorts by the pool and there was this kid with his mum and he said, "Mummy, why is that man's legs on upside down?" That's rude. I chased him around the pool. Say that to my face, you little shit. People started laughing at my run. I know how to run, you wankers. So I got sent off to the clinic, the orthotics clinic, where they analyse my walking and they prescribe these things for my shoes. I've got to tell you, one of the funniest places I've ever been because everybody in there was like me. They were my peeps. They all needed walking correcting. Nobody could walk in there. So I came in with my flat foot. My wife gave me a push from the car. Oh, okay, I'm going in now. Hello, I'm here for my 11:30. I do take a seat. You'll be in shortly. Thank you for your help. I went and took a seat. The next guy came in. I'm not exaggerating. It was like he was ice skating. I don't even know how he was walking forward. His legs were thrusting left and right, but not forward. It was like he was doing everything. Like he kept changing his mind. Is it that way or that way? I have no idea. He might as well just put his hands behind his back and just gone the whole hog. I'm here for my 11:45. I set off on foot at 6 a.m. Take a seat, please. Oh, it's all the way over there. Very annoying. Oh, shit, I've kicked you. I do that. I'm sorry. It's one of the reasons I'm here. This guy came out before us who had been seen, and he had this amazing sort of rolling hip, sort of all pelvis. Like he was listening to music that you couldn't hear. It was actually pretty cool. But this guy had come out. He was in his orthotics. He had been fixed. God only knows the state of the man as he came to pick them up. Oh, it's been on my orthotics. Oh, thank you. It's better. I wouldn't say it was perfect, but it's good. It's a step in the right direction, which is more than you can do. I saw you come in. Sorry about that. I would have loved to have seen us all walking together. If somebody came in, is the traffic warden outside? Oh, shit. Mine's the Vauxhall Astra. I'm never going to make it. I'm coming. I'll sort you out. Don't worry about that. Did somebody say traffic warden? Here I come. Get out these. Come on! So now I'm back. You know, I'm 100%. I'm heel to toe. I'm thrilled. My calves are actually getting a little smaller. I can put my shoes on like that so it's not to waste time. And This happened the other night. I've got this slightly tight suit. Come on. All right. You're nearly... This one's... Oh, I quit, it was! You're sitting there watching me do this on the screen. Why don't you help me, please? I can't do the show. Can you just put it down, would you mind? Don't pull me off the stage. I thought maybe your husband would help. Look at him, he's a... I'm sorry, Jim. Sorry. I do have a show to do. There's 15,000 people waiting, if you don't mind. Why didn't you do it? She's so strong. She's a doctor, apparently. She's a doctor. Thank you so much. Doctor. Thank you, doctor. You should have done that. He's sitting there and she's a doctor. You can't use that as every excuse. So they can get the bags from the car. You're the doctor, I'll be inside. So I can walk properly now. It's not to say walking isn't without incident. I was telling this story the other day and I remember this thing that happened to me. A very odd walking occurrence. Probably the weirdest in my life. I don't think this happened to anybody else in the world apart from me and this other person. There's certainly nobody else in here. You know when you're walking along the street and you sometimes walk next to a stranger who don't know them, but you find yourself walking in the same direction alongside them, you know, same speed and everything, and then you realise they don't know, they realise they don't know, so you slow down, speed up, you separate, you don't spend the rest of the day with them, right? So I'm walking on the street, this must be about 10 years ago, and there's a stranger, he's a Japanese businessman, and he's walking, I'm oblivious to him, he's very much oblivious to me because I'm behind him, and I'm sort of catching up to him, and you know as you walk, your arms swing, you have a natural sort of arm swing, like that. So I'm catching up to him. Just as I'm catching up to him, my right hand was on the upswing, like this, slow motion to help you out. And the left hand of this Japanese businessman was on the downswing. And our hands not only met in the street, but interlocked with perfect precision. I mean, that's not even an easy thing to do with yourself. I mean, that's actually quite difficult. And you would think that when that happens, you would immediately just pull away and go, whoa, that's really creepy, I'm sorry. But our brains couldn't compute just how odd this moment was. And we held on, we clutched for 2 or 3 of the most awkward strides of my entire life. I literally walked along the street and instead I'm holding hands with a Japanese businessman. I'll never forget his face. He was like, who the fuck are you? You must have seen me on TV over the years. This is the guy! He's the man of the world! I don't know what happened to him. But I've got to tell you that these shoes, they've slowed me down a little bit. My old walk was faster. Heel to toe, it's quite leisurely. Because sometimes you need to walk fast. You need to bring out your fast walk because you're not allowed to run in some social situations. You're not allowed to run, but you need to be going as fast as you can. Like when I came back from holiday recently, you're racing. When the plane lands, you're racing everybody on the plane to get to the bags. It's a race, but it's not acknowledged. Nobody acknowledges that it's a race, but they are passengers who become competitors as soon as the seatbelt sign is off. The captain might as well go, welcome to London Heathrow, on your marks, get set, go! This is our race. Sometimes you politely let people off into the aisle. No, after you. No, please, after you. But you're eyeballing them. I'll get you in the tunnel, dickhead. This lead that I just gave you, I'll be reclaiming that in the funnel before we even reach the tunnel. Because as soon as you get out, you've got your bags, you start jockeying for position, overtaking. Sometimes they respond, but they never look over. They've never acknowledged that there's a race. They speed up. No, you bloody don't. But they never acknowledge that it's a race. I know exactly what's going on here. People's children, I need to pee. There's no way we can pee. We're in 4th place. Piss your pants. We could win this. Come on. I like it when you get to the moving floor, you know, the travelator floor. You know, when you step on and suddenly you're moving at twice the speed. Because right next to the moving floor is a non-moving floor option. Which I think we can just call floor, now that I think it is. And most normal people take the moving floor option because the bloody floor is moving. But some people, you know who you are, you decide for some reason you can beat all of the people on the moving floor. And you realise your mistake quite early and have to justify it by bringing out the fastest walk you've ever even attempted. I'm justified to take the non-moving floor. I will beat all of you. But you can't. People on the moving floor are just like, you're never going to beat me. I'm on a moving floor again. But it doesn't matter how well you do in the race. There's only one actual winner of the race, as we all know. And that's the elderly on the back of the buggy. And don't they love their little roads as they come beeping past? Beep, 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 beep. But then you've got to get through customs. And let's be honest, that slows you down. It doesn't matter if you've done very well out of your plane, because lots of your planes are arriving at the same time. And then when you've got to do the passport, that's when it can be big queues, regardless of how well you've done in your initial race. That's where they have the big ropes, the big zigzag rope system to accommodate all the people, right? And sometimes you get there, and there are no people. You can't believe it. It's amazing. It's just like, oh, this is the Holy Grail. It's just empty ropes and people waiting for the passports. We're going to be out of here in no time. I don't know how other nationalities deal with this situation. I presume that Americans just hurdle the ropes. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Pass me the kids, honey. Woo! Woo! Yeehaw! Germans probably unhooks the rope, family comes through, then rehooks the rope on the other side. Unhooks the next rope, family, come on through. Now I shall rehook the rope on the other side. Unhooks the following rope, family comes through. Brazilians probably do limbo under the rope. British people, it doesn't even cross our minds. We just look at the ropes and off we go. Pause for an American, yeehaw! You can shake the passport guy's hand, you've still got a 45-minute walk ahead of him. They don't check your passports, they know you're British by the way you handle the rope system. Put that passport away, sir. Come on through. Welcome home. Baggage reclaimed 4. Hope you had a great haul. I think it's amazing how British people are so obedient of the rope system. I feel we should have them up and about in life to force people into exercise. There's problems in this country with obesity and lack of exercise. Let's have rope systems that people just find themselves in. Like, as it stands, you can just go to the supermarket, you go to the cake aisle and just put cake in your trolley and chocolate biscuits and profiteroles and donuts and cheese. What I'm suggesting is just as you're reaching for the donuts, there's a little rope system that you'll find yourself... What? What is the donuts? No. Where am I going? You're going to the park, fatty. Those donuts are 8 miles from you. You'll get them when you deserve them. I don't even go to the supermarket anymore. I think this is why I put on so much weight. I just order food on my laptop, online. You know, they just deliver it and just keep clicking food. I want that looks yummy, put it in my basket, bring it to me and I will eat it. I don't know how to change the amount, I don't care. I'll eat them all. Then you pick a time slot and they just come round. You open the door, they're just standing on the doorstep with all the bags. And then they're like, would you like me to bring it in? I'm like, ideally, I want you to feed me. Shovel it in my mouth. I'll take the bags for recycling. Although at least when you don't go to the supermarket, you don't eat on the way round. That's always very depressing. You know, 'cause I'm just so greedy. We've all done this. You haven't even bought it yet, but you start consuming it. Then you've got that horrible moment of confession at the till. You just have to present wrappers. I'm so sorry I had this whisper. I've got the wrapper. Can you get the information required and I'll pay you back because it's in my tummy? And I appear to have had this lasagna. It was frozen. And I get sick. It just looks so yummy on the photo. Back a bag, sir. I just need a bin. I've eaten it all. You don't do that in any other shop. You don't show up in the clothes shop wearing everything. Scan me. I'm double parked. I've got to get out of here. My wife shops at Waitrose. People who shop at Waitrose just love shopping at Waitrose. They're like, people are whooping Waitrose. What a moment to reveal just how middle class you are. The middle classes dig Waitrose. They love telling people about it because they're basically saying they can afford it. I shop at Waitrose. They just drop it into conversation. I've got to stop off at Waitrose, so I'll see you later. I'm going to Waitrose, just so you all know I can afford Waitrose. Because they sell all the same stuff as other supermarkets. They just charge you more money for it and people enjoy going there. There are no deals, that's what frustrates me. Every other supermarket has deals, like buy one, get one free, exists in every other supermarket, but not in Waitrose. In Waitrose, it's buy one, and you're perfectly welcome to buy another one, but it will cost you the same as the first one. It's about 10 times more than any other supermarket. Do come in. Do you mind if I do? Waitrose! I can afford it. I've never seen anybody in the Waitrose car park return the trolley for the £1. It's simply not worth it to them. They unload the bags into the back of the Range Rover. They think about it. They try to get the £1. Oh no, the pint, it's stuck. I've got to go all the way over there to the trolley train for a pint. Well, that's not exactly worth it after I've spent all this on my shopping. And then they do this sort of push away. They just go, fuck off. It's the Waitrose posh push. Fuck off. And the trolley sort of rolls away and then careers into another Range Rover for another posh person. What the fuck off is that doing there? There's normally someone from Aldi in the bushes. I'll have that. Get my week's shopping done on that quid, you idiot. It's all the same shit you just bought, darling, half the price. They got Waitrose and Marks and Spencer's now in the motorway services. It's like, this is good news for me because this is where I live my life. You know, I'm on the road. I'm always eating in the services. I have to go to the services. I have to get coffees all the time in the services. I tell you, I don't mind Costa, but this Starbucks is winding me up. The way they take your name, I don't want to give them my name. It's very embarrassing. They write it on my cup and then they shout it in front of everyone. Michael! I've just done hello to me. Also, I want to be recognised. I order my coffee out. Can I take a name, please? And it says, nothing. You don't, nothing. No bells at all. Sometimes I try to encourage them. Ladies and gentlemen! Sometimes I make names up. It's Mrs. Mamasa, Mamangosa. They write it on the cup. I was in there the other day. It was just me and one other woman. It was quite late. And nobody else was there. Just me, one other person, empty. Right? She's in front of me. She's ordering a coffee. She orders her coffee. The guy goes, can I take your name, please? She said, it's Jasmina. The guy goes, can you spell that for me? I'm like, whoa. Can I just interrupt here for a second? What are the chances that my name is also Jasmina? It's only the spelling of the name Jasmina that separates me from this lady. Let's just put woman and man on the cups and we can carry on with our life. No need to be rude, Mrs. Mamasa, Mamangasa. I remember you from the other day. They're very weird places, though, the services. Some of the entertainment options are a little bit peculiar. I mean, who goes into the arcade? Who's gambling? Who are these people who stop in the daytime? Oh, it's Junction 16. I'm feeling lucky. Let's play the fruit machines at Lee Delamere. In this sort of dark corner of the world, they don't look like the healthiest people, do they? You get the feeling that's the closest they get to fruit is when they hope it lines up in front of them. What about those massage chairs? Who goes on those? Those big leather massage chairs in the daylight in the middle of the services. I've never seen a trucker sitting on that going, yeah. After a few hours on Britain's uneven roads, this is exactly what I require. I know there's a shiatsu option. Cancel the spa break, darling. It's like an holiday. I saw one the other day. It was outside the loos. People were coming out sort of splashing their washed hands. Going, oh, it's hydrotherapy. I'm getting more than I bargained for here. But those loos, seriously, in the services are the most depressing place that I have to go at the moment in my life. I can't stand it. When you've got to actually go into the cubicle. Because, I never just open doors randomly. I always spend a bit of time. There's always like a long line of doors. I spend a bit of time trying to work out which one I want to open, which one feels lucky, Because you don't want to open it and see something that you don't want to see. Understand? It's like the most unimaginably awful episode of Deal or No Deal. Deal or No Deal. If you win, you get £250,000. In this motorway services loo selection version, a win is just clean. Just clean. It's a lovely look. You open the door, it's like, oh, I won. It's clean. There's a loo seat and a lock. It's beautiful. There's lots of loo roll. Deal. But we all have that equivalent of the 1p box. When you open the door, you're like, oh, it's a full house of depravity. Overflowing, unflushed loo. No loo roll, no loo seat, piss all over the floor, obscenities written on the wall, no lock on the door. I was in one of these the other day. I opened the door. It was exactly the situation. As I walked in, there was a sign that said these loos were last checked and cleaned at 2:30. I looked at my watch. It was 2:42. This had happened in the last 12 minutes. What kind of monster? Who's been in there? Who in their right mind goes in there, fills up the whole loo, and then thinks, I'm going to need all this. Oh, it's a fresh loo roll. Good, I'm going to need every single bit to deal with this situation. Whilst I see him pissing on the floor, I forgot to piss. I might as well fill that in all around there. That looks nice. Writing obscenities on the wall, then rips off the loo seat, kicks off the lock, and carries on with their life. They could still be on the premises. I've got a few suspects on the fruit machines, if you don't mind my saying. Oh, that massage chair really got me going. I don't understand. And I don't understand where all the loo seats are. Where do we ask ourselves these questions? So many times in my life I've gone into a public loo, and you open the doors, there's no loo seat, and you just go, oh, there's no seat in that one. What about this one? Oh, there's no seat in that one. Oh, this one's got a seat. Yeah, I'll go in there. Well, back up. Where are the seats? Who are you? Where are they going? Who in their right mind finishes on the loo and just thinks, that looked quite nice at home? Does that just screw off, does it? I've never seen anybody running through the services car park with a loo seat on their head. Don't ask, just fucking drive. Look what Daddy got. I got all the loo roll. And there's your coffee, Jasmina. Go. The doors, I don't understand as well. Of all the doors in the world, and there are a lot of doors in the world, don't you think that the doors of a place where you're on the loo in public should fill the space around you and give you maximum privacy? These are the smallest doors in the world. It's 2015. Give us a bloody door. They literally don't even, they sort of start from here, or they don't even go to the edges. I was sitting on the loo the other day, I could see right through there. Just someone with a hand dryer just staring at me. They're like cowboy doors. They sort of go from, why they start here, I don't understand. Why do people want to see the shitting feet of strangers? Is that important to you? They come in, oh look, some shitting feet there. I feel great here, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I don't understand it. They sort of start here, and they go sort of to here. No, not to here. They go above your head. That'd be even worse. I suppose we need to be grateful for that. Can you imagine? Give me long, mate. Couple of minutes, I'd say. Don't worry. It's Jasmina, isn't it? I think you've got my wife's coffee. Can I deal with this in a second? I'm just finishing up. They do go above your head. But it goes all the way around. You can even see it in the next one. I went to one the other day, there's a newspaper in my bit, and I thought, that's going to be one. I'm going to read that. And I just reached for it, and a hand came under the door. So I'm taking it, no, you bloody don't. Although this is all I need to reveal now for people to recognise me. They're going to be like, oh, I know those calves. It's Mr. McIntyre, isn't it? Can I get something? Oh, yeah. But obviously you have to go. If you need to go, you've got to pull over. That's my life. Children, of course, I don't tolerate that. When the children need to go to the loo and they're in the car, I always say the same thing. You should have thought of that before. You should have thought of that before. I say that because I've heard other parents say it. But it's a very unreasonable request if you actually think it through. People don't pre-plan when they need to go to the loo. They just need to go to the loo and they go to the loo. Adults don't think of it before. But apparently children have to think of it before. I think it'd be quite creepy if they did. Before we set off, Daddy, I'd just like to point out that I did have 2 apple juices with my breakfast. And with my usual rate of digestion, I'll be needing a pee between 40 and 45 minutes. If you maintain a speed of between 70 and 75 miles an hour, then speed equals distance over time, and according to this map, will be between junctions 14 and 17 of the M4 when I'm desperate for a pee, so I'm going to pee now in advance of setting off so as not to annoy you. You're a fucking freak. I don't even think I want you in the car. Don't think of it before. But my children are doing very well. They're 10 and 7, they're amazing, and I have to say, all respect to my wife, who's doing an incredible, patient job of raising them. I don't know how to do it, because I can't do it. I had to babysit the other night. I lose it very quickly. But it's not like my wife isn't without limits. I mean, she has this thing, all women have this. She has a thing called a tether. Now, I don't know what a tether is. Men aren't allowed to know what a tether is. All we know is that women will find themselves somewhere along the tether at any time of the day. But we're not allowed any information as to where she's located upon it. There's no tethermometer. There's no update. She doesn't update us. No women update us on where they are on the tether. The first we learn of where they are on the tether is when they reach the end of the tether. And this can literally happen at any time out of the blue. This happened the other day. I opened the fridge and it was empty. I was just like, darling, there's nothing in the fridge. She just mimicked me. Is there nothing in the fridge? I was just wondering what was for dinner. Whatever the fuck you want, Michael. I think I know what's happened here. You've reached the end of your tether, haven't you? I didn't even know you were in the danger zone, darling. You should have warned me. This is where you go out for dinner, obviously. This is where you go out for dinner. Going out for dinner, a lot of people here don't have children, and you go out for dinner, and you call it going out for dinner. A lot of people do have children, and they also call it going out for dinner with their children. Very, very different things, even though they're called the same thing. When you're not with your children, it's really a very social thing. It's not really about eating, it's about chatting, isn't it? Chatting. You know, the waiter comes over, you ready to order? We haven't even looked. Can we have 5 more minutes? Because we're just chatting. We're adults and we're chatting. The waiter comes over in 5 minutes. You ready now? We've done it again, guys. 2 more minutes. We're just chatting. When you're with your children, the waiter tries to leave the menu. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are you going? We know exactly what we want from you. 4 margaritas, 4 Diet Cokes, and the bill. Bring the bill with the food. You ask the chef if he has Calpol or Nurofen or a combination of the two. And my wife's at the end of her tether. She'll have a large glass of white wine. When did waiters stop having pads? I don't understand this. They come over sometimes, there's quite a few people on the table, and they just stand there. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. So, what can I get you? I'll have 1 pad and 1 pen. That's for you, dickhead. Do your job. Here's a test your memory. I find myself ordering less so they remember it. Write it down! I took my wife out the other night for date night. This is a great way to get her down to the more desirable place along the tether. Great for tether readjustment, date night. course I ruined it. I took it to this really expensive restaurant that would just really wound me up. They did this thing I've never seen it before. They gave me a menu with the normal menu with the food and the prices. They gave her a menu with just the food, no prices. So we had a very different experience in this restaurant. She's like, oh, the lobster looks good. I'm like, no, it fucking doesn't. Looks awful. The green beans as a side order to share look rather yummy. I wonder what the catch of the day is. It's £45 and you're not having it. Okay. I actually called the waiter over. I'm like, sorry, £45 for the catch of the day. What is it you've caught? Because if it's not a mermaid, you're overcharging. Do you understand? But the best news for my wife's tether position and my whole family, in fact, is that we've moved to the country. It's been my wife's dream to have a place in the country, and it became my dream when she told me about it every day for 15 years. So we've finally got a beautiful place in the country, and I'm readjusting to country life. There are things I didn't know about. I mean, I'm in London, I've lived here my whole life, and things like plumbing, never knew about plumbing. You don't think about plumbing in London, you just flush the loo, and I don't really care what goes on. I wash my hands and carry on with my life. Well, now I have bought a house, and there's no plumbing to it. Didn't know that when I bought it. There's a tank next to the house, and everything from the loo goes into the tank. It's called a septic tank, and it gets changed once a year. Tell me honestly, is that living the dream, would you say? You know, you buy a house, and people are like, oh, the previous owners left all their shit behind. That's exactly the situation I'm in. I've got a shit tank next to my house. Horrible. And people, I thought I was getting away from people by leaving like the biggest, most populated city in the world, but apparently not. Because in London, nobody talks to each other, they ignore you. People don't come round unless they're invited or they're delivering something. In the country, they just come round from the village. They just come round to introduce themselves. They knock on the door all the time. Hello, all right? I'm sorry I haven't been round sooner. Well, I don't know you. You shouldn't have come round at all. Goodbye. They always tell me exactly where they live. You know when you're driving up, you know the church? I live in the White House just behind the church. Well, if you know where you live, go there now, because I live here and I don't know you. I might as well just burn my mobile phone. What's the point? I spend my whole time just wandering into fields. Hello? Can you hear me now? Hello? Sorry. Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now? I've got one bar. Sheep are like, bar. I'm not talking to you. I'm trying to talk to London. Can you hear me now? But the biggest change living in the country is the darkness. It's how dark it is at night. I'm not mad. I do know that it gets dark at night. But in London, it never really gets dark. It's always a 24-hour city. It's a bit illuminated. But in the country, it's like mental. I mean, I wasn't to expect it. When we bought the house, there was a brochure with it. It had a picture of the house in the daytime on the front. It had a picture of the views in the daytime. What there should have been is just a black page that said at the bottom, and at night, you will shit yourself, because I cannot tell you how dark it is. I remember the first day we moved in, it was such a beautiful, idyllic scene. My wife was so happy, we were holding hands. She was like, we did it, darling. Do you like it? I'm so happy, darling. Whatever. I don't even know what that is. Children were running in the grass, and the sun was setting over the field, and it was like we were being welcomed by the birds, little multicolored birds coming out of the woods. Like they were welcoming us. Lovely sounds. Because in London, we're not allowed birds. We just have pigeons. That's all we get, pigeons. Just fat, depressed, suicidal pigeons. Just walk in front of cars. Kill me now. End my shit life in this hellhole you call home. But in the country, lovely birds welcoming us, children running, sun setting, hand-holding. Then the sun set entirely. And it got so dark, so quickly, I cannot tell you how terrifying it was. My wife and I were just clawing at each other's faces. The children were like, Mummy, today, where are you? Well, come to where you hear the sound. And it seemed like all the lovely daytime animals were instantly replaced by the night shift crew. Yeah! Birds making the most sinister sounds I've ever heard in my life. Literally. My darling, please tell me that's your new ringtone. What was that? In the pitch black darkness? Are you kidding? I actually Googled on my phone what bird sounds like a child crying in the woods. Because it literally sounded like that. Like, that with the... Our whole family were holding hands in a 360. Edging to where we hoped the house was. We couldn't see it in the dark. We were drifting into the neighbour's field. My wife was like, we should go back to London. Let's just forget this. The dream is over. My children are like, I don't like it. And there seems to be a fox who lives at the house. Nobody told me this. I thought I bought the house. No, fox lives there. We have foxes in London. They're called urban foxes. You just see them for a second, don't you? You're driving back at night. A fox crosses the road. Oh, look, it's a fox. You look back. It's gone. There was a fox, but the fox is gone. I didn't even know they made noises. They don't make noises in London. They do make noises. They make noises like they're throwing up. Like they have no control over their vocal cords. Literally, like that. Not scared of humans as well. So he just stands on the lawn. Like, I'm like, fuck off. He just walks towards me. I think I heard one of the daytime animals get murdered on the way out. To be honest, the worst noise is a cat. I'm not frightened of cats, but it's like a stray, horny cat. Cats on heat make the most horrible, yearning, slutty noise. If only women were like this, how much easier would my teenage years have been? Have you met Deborah? Oh, Deborah's up for it. I think you're right, Dan. Lead me to her. Great news. Thanks for the intro. So we finally made our way into the house. You know, people in the country, they always say things like, we never lock our doors in the country. We never lock our doors. Are you joking? I was putting furniture in front of all the doors and windows. After half an hour, I just opened the curtains. There was a fox in my face. I couldn't sleep. I literally thought I've made the biggest mistake moving here. I couldn't sleep. I was up at night. My wife, I kept staring at her. I went to the window. I remember this after about 2 or 3 days after we moved in. I went to the window, I opened the curtains, and it wasn't pitch black anymore. The moon was shining, the stars were twinkling. And I opened the window, and it was quiet as well. The fox had gone to sleep, the cat had got laid. It was fine. And I can see my breath. You know when you can see your breath, it's quite cold. It's quite fun. When you're in the daytime, you ignore it. But when you're on your own, you sort of play with your breath a bit. In Scotland, it's so cold they can only ever see each other's breath. That's why they panic when they're on holiday. Sorry, Ken, I had to wake you up. I thought you were dead. I didn't see anything coming out of your face. It's just so hot here in Malta. It's very disconcerting. So I'm standing at the window with the breath and the stars and the moon and the total silence, and I started to relax. I was like, yeah, this is what it's all about. It's far more dangerous in London. It's beautiful here. I've got to get used to this, and I just thought I'd get used to the idea of being there. When I heard a noise, I don't know what it was this day. I don't know if it was a bird or a cat. It came from the bush beneath me, and all I can tell you is that animals make so many different noises that just occasionally, by accident, I suppose, statistically, they will speak English. So I'm standing there with the moon and the stars and the breath and the total silence when I just heard this. Hello? I don't think I breathed for about 15 minutes. I would have seen it come out of my face. Then it went again. Hello! I literally shut my pants. Which was frustrating because I could see the septic tank from the window. Because the problem is, it's my responsibility. That I feel so isolated. I think that's why I'm so worried. Because whenever there's a noise in the house, it's always the same thing at night. My wife always wakes me up. She's like, Michael, wake up, wake up. And I'm like, oh, what? What is it? I think there might be somebody downstairs. There's always somebody downstairs. I think I heard a noise coming from the kitchen. Sometimes I hear the noise too. She's like, well, go on. What do you mean, go on? Go and see. Go and see. That's not the way I planned on dealing with this situation. I think we should hide as a family and await rescue. She always says the same thing. But Michael, you're the man of the house. You're right, darling, I am the man of the house. But what concerns me at this very moment is I think there might be another man in the house. And I decided to make him the man of the house on this occasion. It's terrifying. Because it's obviously I'm not frightened of birds and cats. I'm frightened of burglars, you know, humans, scary ones. Because, you know, in London, you just phone the police, don't you? You tell them your name and address and the road number and the postcode. But in the country, it doesn't work like that. People in the country, they always say things like, ignore the postcode. That just takes you to the middle of a field. Why don't you fucking have that changed? I don't understand. Is that how you collect your post in the morning? Oh, it's just bills today. No, there's 5 miles to get home now, I suppose. I don't understand it. I'm always just giving people directions, you know. You'll feel a slight dip in the road. You take a right at the dip in the road, and then you'll come to some roadkill. It's left at the roadkill. Then it feels like you're driving into a hedge. You've got to trust the road. It's there. It's more of a lane than a road. Go down there for 2, maybe 3 miles. Then you'll come to a huge oak tree. Then you know you've gone too far. You must turn back. To the police, giving them directions while some balaclavaed maniac steals my televisions. What am I going to do? Pass the phone to him? Sorry, how did you find the place? Can I put you on to the police? So I realised I'm going to have to deal with the situation. So, you know, I see this sort of, you know, like a balaclava. There's always a balaclava. Knife-wielding, sort of big man, and I have to confront him. And this is what I worry about, so I'm up at night always thinking, what am I going to do? Because I'm posh as well. When I'm nervous, I'm not generally posh, but when I'm nervous, my voice goes completely, oh my God. And that's the least threatening accent in the world. You know, me coming down and saying, what on earth are you doing in my kitchen? If you haven't made yourself scarce by the time I finish making my cocoa, there's going to be serious issues between us. The least intimidating. And I'm not a fighter. I've got no moves. The only move I have is the Waitrose posh push. I can't just go over and go, fuck off. That's all I've got. He lands in the fire. Fuck off. Oh, brilliant. He landed in the Arga. Why? I think I won. Also, I wear pyjamas. Nobody's won a fight in pyjamas, I don't think. It's the least threatening outfit of all the outfits. So me with my silly hair and my silly voice and my pyjamas, I know I will die. I will get killed at the hands of any intruder. So I've tried to come up with a plan of what I'm going to do. And I do have a plan of sorts. I'm going to run it by you. I'm going to be, if somebody breaks into my house, I'm going to be Scottish. Now just bear with me. I'm not a Scottish person, but I do quite a good Scottish accent, and it's just that much more intimidating than my own. I mean, that's a Scottish sound, and you can already sense the elevation in tension. It's all in the eyes. What the fuck are you doing in my house? You can sense it. I can't believe this, Paul! You woke me up! You fucking woke me up! Just go mental, that's my plan. I was out there dreaming of an independent Scotland and fucking Maybe hit yourself in the face, that's why. I've seen people hit themselves in the face in fights. What are they going to do to you if they're prepared to hit themselves in the face? I can't fucking believe you're fucking me up in the name, Paul! And I've decided that rather than go with my pyjamas, I think totally naked is my best strategy. Who's going to mess with a completely naked Scottish man in the early hours of the morning? And try and make this area as active as possible as well. Oh, fucker, you down there now? Do I know you? Keep it busy. Do I know you? This is my house, Paul. Maybe drop something. Who left that down there? Bastard! Use it to direct them out if you can. Yeah! I'm talking to you! Get your shit together! Turn around and piss off out the back door! Or act like you've been expecting them. That's probably even more intimidating. Where the bloody hell have you been? You're late. Follow me up. We're all upstairs waiting. Come on! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to my show. Thank you so much. Thank you. Enjoy yourself. Good night, brother. I don't go off for long. I don't go off for long. It's an encore, but I go off and I come straight back. I don't like to milk it. To be honest, I always do it. I don't understand these encores. They're all a bit peculiar. You know I'm coming back when the lights are off. I'd never have gone so quickly. When I was I literally just stand there and then come straight back. I wait like 5 seconds. When I was doing the theatres before we came into the arenas, we have the wings, you know, in the corner of the stage. And I'd literally be curtains. And I'd do all the whole, thank you, good night, brother. And then I'd just go behind the curtain, just sort of count to 5, and then come back out. I did this gig in Southampton, this beautiful theatre, and I got my bearings wrong. And it was very creepy. I didn't go all the way out. I just literally went, good night, thank you, and then just stood in the corner like this. It's like the end of the Blair Witch Project. And people weren't even clapping, they were just staring at me, and then I realised my mistake. And I just shuffled in. Incredibly bizarre ending. So I got this one joke, which I was very keen to get into the DVD, but every time I put it in the show, it doesn't seem to fit. It sort of jars with the flow of the show. So I'm going to do it now, independently for you. Velvet. Now, velvet is an odd fabric. You can see where the trouble lies. Velvet. Yeah, good luck. Let me know if you know where I can put this in the show. When you meet people and they're wearing velvet, go with this. When you meet people and they're wearing velvet, you have to comment on it. I don't know, it's the only fabric you have to comment on. When you meet, in any other fabric, clothes, you don't comment, you just meet the person, and then you just meet the person. That's really the main part of meeting the person, is meeting the person. But when they're in velvet, I always have to, oh, is that velvet? I immediately, velvet. Are you wearing velvet? Then I start rubbing the velvet. There's something about velvet that entices you to rub the velvet. My wife does it too. Oh, is that velvet? This leads me to my invention, just a normal denim trousers with a velvet crotch. I thought it'd be quite fun. Oh, nice to meet you. Is that velvet? That's lovely. Don't darling, it's velvet. Does that go all the way around, does it? Really nice to meet you. So, I have to be honest with you, being here, East London is my home. I've been travelling everywhere. It's such a pleasure for me, and I'm a little bit upset it's my last night, but it really is, honestly, so much fun playing to you here. Because I've been all around the country, building up to here, and I've been going abroad as well. I started gigging abroad. I didn't know that people knew me abroad. I didn't really know how to do YouTube or something, or I don't know, the show was sold there, but I started getting all these phone calls, and I went to Norway, and I went to South Africa. I got invited to go to South Africa. I'm sorry to do the accent, but it's just too fun not to do, you know? If you've got a little bit of time on your hands, just talk to yourself in a South African accent. Like that. And if you don't know how to do it, just make sure that every syllable that you say has nothing to do with the syllable directly before it, okay? Well, went to Zambia, and they invited me to go to Cape Town and Johannesburg. And I kept telling people, I was like, I'm going to Cape Town, Johannesburg to do comedy. And they would always say the same thing, you're going to love Cape Town. And I go, what about Johannesburg? And they told me almost to a man that they knew somebody or they knew somebody who was shot in Johannesburg. I looked it up online, big mistake, it's the murder capital of the world. More people are shot in Johannesburg than anywhere in the world. I tried to pull out to the gig, I called the office, I said, can I not do the Johannesburg one and just do the Cape Town one? They said, it's too late, you've sold all the tickets, you've got to go. I said, you're overreacting, you're being silly, it's a lovely venue, why don't you look it up online? So rather than going on the website, modern day, I went on Google Street View. You know when there's that green man, and you pick him up, and you drag him, and then you drop him on the road, and then that road comes up, because they photographed all the roads in the world. So I dropped him outside the venue in Johannesburg to see what it looked like, and he got shot. That's when I knew. It was such a good idea. And I went to Norway, I also went to Australia. Yeah, I don't know if there's any Aussies in tonight, but I went all the way to Australia to do some shows. The Aussies who live over here, they're kind of wild, you know, because they've come a long way. They're like, I'm going to make the most of it. Come on, yeah, I'm in London! The ones in Australia, they're the most relaxed people I've ever met in my entire life. They speak so slowly. They basically, I'm in no rush whatsoever. I mean, I'm miles away from everywhere on Earth. What's the point of rushing? I mean, we're 12 hours ahead. You're never going to catch up anyway. Even in the airport, I've never heard less urgency. Flight number 27? Is that a 4? Would you call that a 4? Oh, that one's gone. That's my mistake. Too slow, I'm afraid. What's happened? They do this thing where they go, how you going? They don't go, how are you? They go, how you going? How you going? I'd never heard this, and I was checking in on an internal flight. I was going from Sydney to Adelaide. I was like, I'd like to go to Adelaide, please. And this woman went, how you going? I was like, aircraft? What kind of a place is this? And I even went to Dubai, which is very weird. I wasn't playing to the locals in Dubai, I was playing to expats. I think basically, I sold a lot of tickets, but I think they were just getting out of the heat. I think it's really air conditioning that's the biggest draw in Dubai. Because I've been to Dubai in the summer, last summer, on holiday. The biggest mistake of my life. It is so hot that you can't actually believe they built it. It makes you quite angry. It's like an oven. You know when people go, it's like an oven? It is. That's the only other time I've experienced heat like this. Is you know when you leave the oven on a long time and you open it and it hits you in the face like that. And I've never at that moment thought, I want to go on holiday in there. What do you think, darling? You, me and the kids, 280 degrees C, fan assisted? I can't tell you how hot it was. There was a revolving door in our hotel. And when I revolved out from the air conditioning into the outside of Dubai, I literally just revolved straight back in. We cannot go out there. I can't tell you what it was like. There were people going through with frozen chickens and coming around with Sunday lunches on the other side. If the juice is unclear, then it is a little more crispy. One more revolution will do this. I don't understand revolving doors. I think it should be illegal for strangers to get into your segment. There it is, I said it. It's hard enough when you've got in your segment and you're trying to make your way around in that weird sort of segment revolving door walk. It's the oddest thing when a stranger slots in. Whoa, there's a stranger in my segment. Walking his way to microsecond for his own segment. And it's very hard to walk with another person in your segment. I cannot believe a stranger has joined me in my segment. I always eyeball them. I don't know you, you're a stranger. I do know you. I held your hand once in the road. Why you never remember me? You know, call me nothing. You come on so strong and then disappear. But obviously, when we were on holiday in Dubai, very dangerous for the children. I mean, the sun is so strong, it's very dangerous for the children. This is why I always have to put them in the shade. That's my responsibility. You know, as a father, that's my responsibility. I'm not married to a doctor, so I have to do things myself. And by the pool, it's always about moving these umbrellas. I've got these umbrellas, they block the sun, that's what they're for. And my children are on the bed like that, and my wife always goes, can you just move the umbrella, darling, and get the kids in the shade? Well, this is easier said than done. These umbrellas are the heaviest things in the world. You cannot just drag it to where you want to go. Oh, no. The only way to move it is you have to tilt it and twirl it like this. And twirl it, and keep twirling it, and twirl it again, and then you end up where you started. So you have to do a series of alternate tilts and twirls to try and reach your destination, and you find yourself moving further away. You don't know how to get to where you're going. My wife's like, where are you going? I'm trying to get to you. Will you let me try and work this out? I saw another dad get closer to my kids. Why don't you save my children and I'll try and get round to yours? I remember when I was checking in, this bloke came through reception with an umbrella like this. I was like, I'm not even staying at this hotel. I'm supposed to be in Sharm el-Sheikh. Tell my wife I love her. My kids must have melted by now. But obviously going on holiday, it's about getting away from the country. It's also about getting away from people as well. I want you to know that I love British people. I would never live anywhere but here. I'm one of you, I love you, I would never... But on holiday, I can't really stand you. There's something about Brits. I'm one of them, but I just feel so much better with foreigners because you feel like you're away. We seem to be quite whiny, don't we? By the pool, you know, Dave. I'm always like, I don't want to be on holiday with Dave. Dave! Do you see my other flip-flop, Dave? I don't know, love, it's your flip-flop. Where'd you last see it? And I was like, oh, I don't like this. But you know, foreigners are having exactly the same conversations. It just sounds so much better coming from them. Davido, come la vale la flip-flop? E scusi Maria, la flip-flop, come la tutto flip-flop? All this line they're going, oh, it's so great to be away, isn't it? Loving it here. Even the kids, I don't want to be rude about our children, but foreign children, they seem to be amazing. They play all day, they have golden brown tans, they swim like dolphins. They dive into the water, you don't even see a splash, they just disappear and emerge at the other side of the water.
Oh, mamma, papa, la acqua is a magnifico. Oh, mamma, la flippo-floppo, come la tutta flippo-floppo.
British children have so much cream on, you could see them from space. Love, base. We like to base the kids in cream. All in their eyes and in their noses and their mouths. Come here, reluctantly. I don't like it. They don't just have armbands anymore. We like to put these flotation suits. They're the most buoyant things on earth. They're bobbing around with cream in their eyes. And the tightest goggles. There's something about goggles. The ones you over-tighten them, you can't reverse it. And they're always, Daddy, can you get my goggles right? But you pretend you can't do it. You fight with it for a while. Then you give up, pretend you've done it, and just strap them on that tight.
Ow, Daddy, that really hurts. Ow! Ow, the cream's dripping in my eye from the goggle.
Go on, make a friend.
I can't see where the pool is.
Foreign kids are just smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee. Bambino inglese. Stupido. Swimming is the big thing for us. I mean, seriously, compared to foreigners, it's absolutely hysterical. I've seen what foreigners do when they're by the pool and they need to swim. They get hot, they get up, and they get in. That's the process. Hot, up, in. Yeah, just doing lengths. Ciao, hot, up, in. That's it. Easy. It's an amazing thing. We can't do that, of course. We, as British people, need to enter into a whole process. First of all, we have to announce to all the British people we're with, I'm going in. You going in? Yes, I am going in. What's it like? What's it like? Because going in doesn't actually mean going in. Going in means reviewing the temperature of the water as everybody waits for the result, and it's always the same. It's freezing. What's it like? It's freezing! This is where you enter the next phase of the production. This is where there will already be a British person in the pool who will swim up to you and offer you some advice. This is actually advice that you've received on every previous swim of your entire life, and advice that you will receive on every future swim of your entire life. But it's advice at this very key moment means nothing to you at all. And that is that it is all right once you're in, but it means nothing. It's all right, just get in. It's all right once you're in. It's actually quite warm in here. I was like you, but look at me now. But you don't believe a word of it. You give yourself maximum pain. You take it one step at a time. So many people just wait with the water around their waist, just complaining, trying to build the courage. I don't like it. It's freezing! It's freezing! So they just launch themselves in. It only takes about 4 strokes before they make their announcement. It's all right once you're in, for fuck's sake. We all told you this. The very fact there are people swimming happily in the pool implies that it's all right once you're in. It's not like you're standing there going, oh, it's freezing, and there are just blue bodies floating on the surface. I don't think it is all right once you're in. There are dead blue people in the pool, darling, dead blue people. We had this lovely man looking after us when we were on holiday in Dubai. I don't know where he was from. He was a tiny little person. He could never say my name as well as, hello, Mr. McIntyre, Miss McIntyre.
Hello, Mr. Makiaki.
He did this thing where he made a swan out of the towel, out of the bath towel. It was amazing. My wife loved it. We came back to the room and there's a swan on the bed like that, made of towel. My wife's like, look what that man did. He made us a beautiful swan out of the towel. I use it now as an excuse when I leave my wet towels on the floor. Michael, why'd you leave your wet towels on the floor last night? That is a platypus. How dare you criticize my early work? So I come out of the shower, I'm on holiday, and I go, there's no towels. The kids have used all the towels, typical. So I go and I reach for the swan, because it is a towel, first and foremost. My wife goes mental. Don't you dare touch that swan. That man made that beautiful swan and you're going to ruin it now like you ruin everything. And I, but there are no towels. She's like, okay, fine, use it. But work around it, Michael, don't ruin it, don't spoil it. So I'm standing there, naked, drying myself on this swan like this. And the bloody man who made it walks in. Shit! Oh. I felt awful. When we left, I thought, I'm going to give him all my money that I had left, all the dirhams, the currency for Dubai. And I worked it out to be 90 quid. I thought, I'm going to give him 90 quid. I don't care, it's been charming, he deserves it. And as I told him, as I shook his hand, I gave him the money, I went, you deserve this. And he just rolled his eyes and walked off. I was like, that's a bit rude, it's a bit weird. Felt a bit odd about it, and then of course on the plane I worked it out that I had worked out the exchange rate wrong, and I actually gave him 9p. I gave him 9p. I gave him 9p, and I told him he deserved it as I gave it to him. I think of all the people in the world, he hates me the most, I think. Can you imagine him getting home to his wife? I cannot believe, Mr. McIntyre, you give me 9p? 9p after I have to look at his upside-down creepy legs for 10 days. He drugs his children, you know. He would leave syringes on the floor. I have to pick them up and say nothing as he drugs his children. They're on the iPad 24 hours a day. Mr. McIntyre is disgusting. He sewed velvet onto his swimming trunks. Who does that? And he fucked my swan. I hate him. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you very much, bravo. To everyone in the talk, thank you so much for coming. Be careful down the ladders. Thank you all. You're very kind. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I will see you again. Good night, Bravo.